This is Matt with Heritage Tractor. In this video, we're going to set up AutoTrac Turn Automation. The machine we have today is an 8R340, and we have a 24-row 1775 NT ExactEmerge planter. So a couple requirements that you need for AutoTrac Turn Automation: has to be a Gen 4 or a Gen 5 display with the correct activations or licenses. Has to be a 30 series or newer tractor. Has to have a GPS receiver. RTK is recommended, but it will work with SF1. And you also have to have an accurate driven boundary. Again, RTK driven boundary is preferred. So I put the AutoTrac Turn Automation icon on the shortcut bar. You can also access it through Menu, Applications, AutoTrac Turn Automation, and we're going to turn it on. And up here it says not ready. We're going to click that, and this walks you through everything that you need to set up Turn Automation. So the first thing, we need a field boundary information. So we're going to click the arrow. That takes us to our boundary for this field. We have to create an offset, a headland offset, so it knows where to execute the turn. In this example, I'll do a constant offset. Now, this is a 60-foot planter, so we have 120-foot headlands. You'll have to adjust this to however many headlands you want and how big your tool is. So, constant offset, we put in 120 feet. So it draws a yellow dotted line all the way around the field, 120 feet away from the exterior boundary. So we'll hit save. You have to have a guidance line selected. You also need to make sure your turn automation measurements are valid and all the requirements in the implement profile are set up. And that is in your work setup tab. Go into the machine and the implement and make sure all your measurements are entered in correctly. So we're all green here. So currently we can do turn automation and it will just complete the turns. You can also add speed control and equipment control to raise and lower the implement. If you're just getting started out with turn automation, I recommend stair-stepping your way so you can get comfortable dialing in your turn, then adding the speed, then adding the equipment. But we'll add speed here, so we'll turn that on. Over on the left, you'll see you can adjust your turn size. A lesser number is more of a U-shaped turn. A larger number is more of a light bulb turn. I would just leave it at 5 for now, and then you can adjust it to your preference. The start turn, we're basically telling it how far into the headland we want the tractor to start turning. With a 120-foot headland and a 60-foot planter, we found 30 feet into the headland works pretty well. Your max turn speed, again, whatever, however fast you want the tractor to go during the turn, and max infield speed, same thing. One thing I will recommend and to remind you is make sure that your set speed on your machine is set to, I would say in this instance, since we're set to 8, I would set it to about 10 miles an hour. That way it can achieve 8. If you set it for 8, it may have trouble reaching 8. So kind of a helpful hint there to set your top speed a few miles an hour faster than your planned infield speed. So we'll turn equipment control on. Here we have to set up sequences to tell it what exactly we want it to do when it's in the when it reaches the headland. So this first sequence, our raise and lower on this planter is set to SCV2. So this is going into the headland, so we're going to extend it to raise it. And then 0 is where the headland offset is. So a negative number would be within the field, a positive number is in the headland. So I would set this to 10 feet for our particular machine. So it's going to raise 10 feet into the headland We're going to hit next. We have to name it. We'll hit save. Now we have to do it for the same when it's exiting the headland, new sequence. We're going to add a step, SCV2. It is going to retract to put the planter down. In this step, we're going to add a negative number because we want it to start lowering while it's in the headland. That way when it reaches the headland offset, it starts planting. So we're going to set that to -30. That means 30 feet before it reaches the headland offset, it's going to start lowering. Again, for this particular machine, we found that that works. Hit OK. Hit next. We're going to name this one lower planter. And we are set up to start using turn automation.